Hi, welcome to Created by JB. I have my first video I'm sharing with you today. I'm going to show you how to make these little witch sweet treats. I'm using Purple Onion Design stamps, and these are little placemats have you for your Hershey Kiss. And let's get started. The first thing that you need to do when you're starting a project like this is have everything ready to go. I prefer to have things out and visible so that you just can run through the process, since it's going to be quite a few of these that you might be making for a Halloween party or as treats for trick-or-treaters. You're going to need to have quite a few of them, so having things ready to go and preparing for it ahead of time will help the process go a little faster. First of all, I wanted to point out that I already stamped the Sweet Treats logo stamp, which is right here. What I love about these is that you can use them for several holidays. Michelle at Purple Onion Designs has created quite a few great design stamps for to use for different holidays. But I love this one and also the homemade treats, just because they're so versatile. You can use them for any kind of holiday. What I like to use for my sweet treats, one with the Hershey Kiss, is I like to use the Sweet Treats just because, you know, Hershey Kisses are known as sweet, so that works out pretty good. So I've already stamped those and punched them out using my 1 3/4 punch. What's great about these logo stamps from Purple Onion Designs is that this 1 3/4 punch punches perfectly around these. Okay. As for the witch, what I like about this witch stamped on here is that it looks like she's flying. You can see her silhouette flying over the moon. And I've inked it up just so that it looks like she's got a little bit of a cloud coverage around her as she's flying. So let's see if we can create that same kind of look for you to try at home. First of all, I need a piece of cardstock. I use a little bit of paper underneath because I'm not going to be stamping the entire image. The reason I do that is because there's no need to waste the ink. You're only needing part of an image of the witch. So what I do is I need the witch's head and part of her broom, a little bit of her cape. So as you can see, I only stamped part of her right now. And then I go ahead and stamp it onto the cardstock. And I don't want to take up the entire piece of cardstock. As you can see, I didn't get onto the whole image didn't get onto the paper. Again, we're going to be punching around that a little bit, so we don't need to have the full image. There you can see the 1 3/4 punch. I'm going to punch it about similar to what I was doing on those the other examples. So there I punched. And now I have my cute little witch flying into the moon. Now, I have promised for a long time to my viewers here that I would ink up a project and show you how I do it. I always use a piece of scratch paper to dab my ink onto. Put my ink away here, sorry. And I use vintage photo distress ink from Tim Holtz a lot for my distressing. And what I do is I dab my ink blending tool onto my ink pad. Then I go ahead and use my scratch paper to kind of get a little bit of the excess ink off of there. And then I start using round motions to ink. Now I really want her to look, the witch to look like she's in a little bit of that fog, have you, that's covering part of the moon there. And then I'm going to go around the edges to get a little bit of dimension. Not a lot, just a little. And there you can kind of see she's floating in the fog there as she flies over her broom over the moon. So there you go. Now if you want to add a little bit of color, you could definitely add some bling on there, or distressed stickles. I've got some of this spiced marmalade from Tim Holtz, Distressed Stickles, great product. I'm keeping mine simple just because I want them to look like she's flying over the moon. You could have it be, instead of using a white cardstock, you could use a deep orange cardstock, kind of what I used on the back side for the logo stamp, just to look like she's flying over an orange full moon. Just an idea. Now let's get down to business and make the rest of this sweet treat. So you take your Sweet Treats logo stamped image. It's already been punched. And then what I'm going to do is use some of this tape runner for adhesive runner, tape runner on there. You can use any kind of glue that works, that you prefer. It doesn't have to be this one. And I don't use a lot just because I don't want to waste too much of it. Just in case, you know, somebody decides to throw it away, it wasn't too much of a loss. And you don't really need a lot. Another way of adhering them would be to use liquid glue. If you don't want to do that, you could even hand stitch them together if you want to put a little bit more effort into it, or sew them on the sewing machine together. Cute little stitched line around here would be actually adorable. That might be an option for those of you that want to give it a little bit more detail. And now that we have those adhered together, we can add the Hershey Kiss. And I use Pop Dots for that. Pop Dots don't have to be used, especially if you know that these are going to be thrown away anyway. But this is what you would do if you are going to use a Pop Dot or foam adhesive. Pop Dots work, or foam adhesive. And this one's by Tombow. And I place it into the middle. One Sweet Treats. And there you go. I now have a cute little set of witches with their Hershey Kisses hiding behind them. I hope you enjoyed my first video. Well, thanks, and have a great day. We'll catch you later.